Mecklenburg County election debates are a service of WTVI, Mecklenburg County, and the League of Women Voters of Charlotte-Mecklenburg. The views and opinions expressed in these debates are those of the candidates and do not necessarily represent the views of WTVI, its management, Mecklenburg County, or the League of Women Voters.
Hello, I'm Rob Bovere with News 14 Carolina. In the next 15 minutes, we'll speak with the two Democratic candidates running for the Mecklenburg County Commission, District 5. All of the questions come from the League of Women Voters, and the candidates have not heard them in advance. The candidates will have 60 seconds to answer each of the questions. They will then have two 30-second challenges if they wish to challenge another candidate's response. Please, candidates, hold up your yellow challenge cards. The candidates are Paula Harvey and Lisa Rudisill. And we'll dive right into the questions. What makes you the best candidate for Mecklenburg County Commission District 5? And we'll start with you, Ms. Harvey.
Thank you. I have been in human resources management for the last 25 years. And so that means I deal with people. I feel that we need someone strong in District 5 that will represent people and will help people to get jobs, will help people to be well represented and taken care of. I also have very strong business negotiation skills, excellent communication skills, and I have been a college professor teaching budgeting, taxation, and all sorts of different leadership courses. So I feel that with my knowledge in the business world, I can take that now to the county and make a difference. So Paula Harvey for County Commissioner in District 5.
Thank you. Ms. Rudisill.
I hope that I can gain your vote as you decide on which of the candidates you would like to choose and support. I am a Charlotte native. My family actually came here in 1750, and so I have a great love and care for this city in which I grew up. I did well in school and excelled. I graduated cum laude from NC State University and went to the governor's school. So I feel like I have a good preparation. I worked administratively for many years, and I also believe in being careful about budgets and have experienced some downsizing myself, so I know how difficult that can be. But I care about Charlotte greatly, and I hope to serve in all ways that I can do that, and I hope that you will vote for me because I believe I will be a good candidate.
Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools has asked for an additional $27.5 million, primarily to fund a 3% pay raise for teachers. Do you support this increase? If yes, how would you pay for it? If no, why not? Ms. Rudisill.
Well, this will not necessarily make me popular. But actually, I do support what I've heard Mr. Morrison say, which is that he supports actually decreasing salaries. And I understand that because, as I said, I was downsized out of a job I had for 23 years myself. And I learned from that experience that the best thing we can do in difficult times, I believe, is to have everyone take a share of the cut instead of having certain people lose jobs and then having to go regain their lives in some fashion or form. So I support looking very closely at the budget and determining where we can cut in addition in salaries. I support that.
Ms. Harvey?
I am actually more that I feel that we really need to spend more time doing a deep analysis of the budget. I don't think that just outright giving a certain percentage could, be the right thing. I really feel that we need to spend more time, look at where we can spend money. I am really concerned that our teachers have not had a raise in 3 years because as a human resource person who's dealt with the employees, how can you motivate them if they have had no raises for quite some time? But I feel that we really need to dig deep, look at it, and I think we need to get the teachers involved. I got to meet our new superintendent today, and he has some great ideas, and I really think we need to let our school board and our new superintendent give us some great ideas on how we can make a difference.
The American Lung Association. I'm sorry, you were holding up your yellow challenge card. Okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Ruda. So please go ahead.
It's sort of a restatement of what I said. I think that as we are faced with the fact that we must cut positions, that we have as an alternative the fact that we can also reduce salaries. I will say that when I was downsized out of a very decent job that I had to go to the very bottom. I have worked for minimum wage, and I'm afraid that some of our teachers face that same challenge. So I just reiterate that I believe that cutting salaries is not a bad option.
Okay. The American Lung Association has ranked Charlotte 10th smoggiest city in the country for the last 2 years. Should this be addressed, and if so, how? Ms. Harvey.
Absolutely, this should be addressed. That is not good. I was talking to some people today, and they said that one of the big issues is asthma for young people. And I think that is terrible that we're having an increased amount of children that are being afflicted with asthma due to probably the dirty air. So we do need to do some things to look at that, and that's part of being some of the agencies that are on our county need to look into finding out how we can have cleaner air. I really think we should always be looking at ways to keep a sustainable and more green earth and make sure that our environment will be good for our children into the future.
Ms. Rudisell?
I'm amazed at that information you just shared. I'm surprised because it seems to me like the air is very clean here, but of course that can be deceptive. So that is not good news, and I do believe that we'll have to look at that closely and try to determine what is the cause of that. And as Ms. Harvey said, I agree with her totally about asthma conditions and other things that are affected amongst children and elderly and other people. So I do think that's an important thing for us to look at. Definitely we need to take a close look at that and see what we can do.
Do we need to bring economic development to more areas of the county? And if yes, how? If no, why not? Ms. Rudisell?
Well, Charlotte is has undergone such a tremendous expansion. If I could just reach back and explain to you how it looked like when I was a child, it's just so totally different. I think we are growing almost too fast. That's my opinion. I don't know if that's possible, but that's just how it seems to me. I know that we've had a 35% increase in population in the last 10-year period, and I think that has put undue stress on our schools, on all services that are provided by our government, and on the job market. So I would personally hope that we could slow down just a little bit, but that's just a personal opinion.
Ms. Harvey?
I do feel that Charlotte has grown a lot. I've been here since 1991, and I have seen a huge growth also and seen the change, but I'm actually excited about the change. I love being in Charlotte. I love being in Mecklenburg County. I am amazed at what things we're doing, and I think that we have attracted 7 headquarters of Fortune 500s. We have 273 Fortune 500s represented here, and I think that's a good thing. It's brought jobs, it's brought infrastructure, it's brought a economy that can always be improved, and of course we've all gone through this great recession, but I do think there are more jobs that can be had. I'm excited about Chiquita, I'm excited about other Siemens and their growth, and I think that there are more companies that will be more interested in coming to Charlotte if we make things easier and we improve the education system here.
What is your stance on supporting the libraries and parks? Should we increase or decrease funding? Ms. Harvey?
That's an easy one for me. My mother's a librarian, and so she was the librarian and head of reference librarian in Texas at the University of Dallas. So, of course, I'm a big supporter of our libraries, and I'm a huge reader. I love reading, but reading's changing. Reading has gone to the electronic age. So I've seen a lot of libraries, and Mecklenburg County's library is one of the premier libraries in the nation, especially having gone to the electronic age. So I do think we need to do that. I'm an outdoor lover and a lifetime Girl Scout, so I love going outdoors and going to our parks. And I think that we need to spend money to keep those parks up and make sure that they are a wonderful place to visit for our young people.
Ms. Rudisell?
Basically, I agree 100% with Ms. Harvey on that. Having spent much of my young life in libraries here in the city, it built the basis for me to attain the education that I needed and to graduate, as I said, with honors. And it's entirely because of the library system, in my mind. So I 100% support those. And I do think that things are changing with technology, and we have a lot more options on the internet now for research and reading and other things. But I still maintain we keep the libraries. As far as parks go, I'm in total agreement with you. I love the outdoors, and especially in a metropolitan area, it's so hard to have contact with the outdoors, and our parks are just incredibly vital. So I believe that we definitely need to keep whatever funding we can for that.
Are county property owners overtaxed, particularly in your district, District 5? Why or why not? Ms. Russell.
Well, that's a tough one. We don't want to face that issue. I think we do have extremely high taxes in our area, and it makes it difficult for some members of society who are trying to maintain their lives here in Charlotte. In my particular area, I think that people are able to keep their head above water, maybe even better than in some other areas of Charlotte. So I do think that that's a real issue, and I think the appraisals have brought on more dissatisfaction than the tax rates. And appraisals done with people available to talk with the appraiser are better. But at any rate, it is a difficult issue, and I don't think our taxes are overly high, but they're not good.
Ms. Harvey?
Taxation, no one wants to be taxed. No one ever wants to pay taxes. But that if we don't pay taxes, we don't take care of things like our fire, our water, our police, and things like that. So we do have to have a certain amount of taxation. Yes, I have heard what the city manager said, that South Charlotte is paying something like 50% of the tax base. And that is a concern as a South Charlotte resident and constituent. I am concerned that I am paying that. And of course, one of the things is to increase taxes to pay for CMS issues too. So I think that we need to look for other ways. This goes back to what I said about the education system and trying to figure out how to spend money. We need to do a good, deep analysis. We need to be transparent, and we need to be able to find better ways to spend the money that we have currently and better ways to find money for the future. So I think it's very important that, taxation is a huge part of it, and we need to look at the system.
Okay, I have a couple of quick yes or no answers. Okay, yes or no. Should the county continue to support the Whitewater Center? Ms. Harvey?
Yes.
Ms. Rudisill?
Yes,
Should the county continue to support hospitals? Ms. Rudisill?
absolutely.
Hospitals, yes.
Should the city and county government be more consolidated? Ms. Harvey?
I think they've consolidated what they can already.
Ms. Rudisill?
Yes or no?
Yes or no? Should the county and city government be more consolidated?
No.
No. Okay. Now for 30-second closing statements. We'll stick with you, Ms. Rudisill.
I would just conclude that one of the main things I have to offer is that I do have a heart for Charlotte, and I really do care about this city. And I hope you will take that into consideration as you decide on who your commissioner will be. And I come to you with a background of administrative and other skills, and I just hope you will consider my skills and choose me.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
Thank you. With the seat being open and the incumbent not coming back, we need a strong voice for South Charlotte. I know I can do a fabulous job as commissioner using my strong knowledge of budgeting, taxation, and excellent business negotiation skills. In my opinion, as an HR professional, who is better to know about things that affect the people than a human resource person? So I feel that I can use all my skills that I've obtained through my education, through teaching as a college professor at UNC Charlotte and other places, and be able to make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you both, the Democratic candidates for Charlotte City Council, District 5. Don't forget, to vote on Tuesday, May 8th. For more information on the candidates and issues, go to WTVI.org/debates.